Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast with your host tonight, Keenan White, aka Lefty the Great, and if you are unlucky, the Finnish village idiot, JQ. This is the RC podcast with no name, but plenty of content. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious bench racing.
Yes, indeed. Nitro is the glory, but Buggy pays the bills. The racing is hot and heavy at AMS, and we are here to preview the 45-minute Buggy Final before it happens here, probably in about an hour or so. So welcome everybody that's joining us. Before we get on any further, can you please, share this. What did I do? I massacred the description. I probably did that. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. We got Max over here. It's probably like 1 o'clock in the morning over there in Finland now, ain't Max, or something like that?
No, it's 11 p.m. It's not that bad, actually.
Okay.
I'm pretty good. I've been sleeping a bit later, and I haven't been waking up at 6 a.m. So I'm pretty fresh. I'm ready for the main.
Yeah, I'm ready too. And after the racing that we've seen today, and I went back and I watched the SuperPoles from yesterday because I missed them. And wow, they were really good. The two Nitro mains were really good. And Lance made them really good. Just real quick, I want to shout out to Brady. He won his Sportsman Buggy Main on his birthday, and I think he finished third in his second one, so he has to get a first or a second in this third one. So congratulations and happy birthday to you, dude. Nice guy, patron of the podcast too. All right, guys. Right, we're here. Well, I'm a bit excited because I think we're gonna have some good racing after that last Buggy A2. I think we're gonna have some good racing. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that support the podcast, the NNRC squad from around the world. We can't do without you guys. Please like, share, leave reviews, hit that sub and notification button on the YouTube channel. Do all that stuff. Help us get out into the stratosphere, out into the algorithms, and let's grow the NNRC. Thank you guys for the support. Shout out to the patrons of the podcast, another group of people that we can't do it with. They go the extra mile. Thank you. I appreciate it for all that support. If you guys wish to be a patron of the podcast, you can in the written description. You can follow the link in the written description of this podcast. Also, thank you to our sponsors. They're awesome. I have to say this: if you're interested in being a sponsor or advertising with us in 2022, please hit us up. We are limiting sponsors next year. So we don't spend 20 minutes doing shout-outs for them. We want to bring you guys more content. So we're looking for companies that are in line with what we want to be, what we want to do, and what we want to do. And, they believe in the message that we're producing. So if you're one of those companies, please hit me up. But with that said, I would like to say thank you to the sponsors that have been with us for this year. And they are, of course, Mayako. They're staying on for next year. TNR Fuels. I saw Cav get on in 5th place, and he was holding his TNR Fuel bottle. High Tech RCD, Beach RC, Techno RC, Sun City RC Raceway, Lugs Racing Tires, JQ Racing, now called JQ Sodom Massacre. Oh, no, it's really called JQ Scale Motorsports. Donald RC leads, some of the baddest ass charge leads you can get in the industry. JQ Threads, Pure Traction with Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, RCGP, RCMX, House of RC. Thank you to Connie for all the awesome graphics and for you, Max. And a special shout out to the Racecraft boys because Ryan Reese and Cody Thompson went over there and they won Nitro Buggy, I think. And then I think Cody might have got second in Buggy. So the California guys went over there and they leave it with some hardware. That's good to see. So thank you to all the sponsors of the podcast. Thank you guys. Remember, if you wish to support the sponsors, links coupon codes, affiliate links, all of that's in here. Some have coupon codes, some don't. But help us out. Help us out. Would have been great to get Ty and Ryan's reactions though. Yeah, it would have been great, but they don't have like a full media team there, so that's something we'll talk about tomorrow. Because yeah, I don't want to, we're excited about what's coming up to here in an hour. So let's talk about that. Max. All right, so you can start it off. Let's talk about the SuperPoles yesterday. So they actually, if you go on Live RC and if you pay the $5 for Live RC, which I do, you can see they put the last minute and a half that it got cut off for the last Pro Nitro Buggy Main.
You saw that on the stream as well. For last
oh, did they? Okay.
I actually on the Discord I had a proper meltdown. I posted a video of how shitty the camera work actually was. The weird thing was in the B heat it was good. So I don't know if there was something going on in the A heat. He had to figure something out. There's some issues with something, but I don't know. He just wasn't filming the cars. But today it's been
much better.
Pretty good. Yeah,
I believe Dave's been doing a lot of the moving cameras, so he's been up there doing it. I would, you know what, man? I'm just gonna say this. I think like if they would have just bought like Matt Olson and Martin to help out and join their media team, this would be. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy to have moving cameras.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Definite improvement for sure.
Yes. But I just think with Mod in there, which would have been not too expensive because it would have been him, and he knows how to do this. Jacob's good at pictures and all that type of stuff and editing video and all that stuff. But it's about manpower. You need the manpower. As I've done this before when I worked with RCGP, and I saw how difficult it was with those guys and how they did it. So I have a little bit of, I've done this before. But anyway. We have moving cameras. The racing's hot. We got the main final starting in an hour, I believe. You know what? Let's see. I actually might put up. It looks like they're getting ready to start the intermediate main here, or the sportsman main. Just check Jake Glasgow. Jake Glasgow finished first. Oh wow! I got a shout out to my boy. I got a shout out to Jake Glasgow. Hold on, her. So look. He finished first. Too bad he isn't driving a JQ though. He's driving an HB. And Mike Anderson finished. Yeah, that's good. All two good friends of mine finished in first and fifth, it looks like. Awesome. Intermediate is really a stacked class. That dude right there, that's Zanny's.
Is he running a JQ? What is he running for the winning car?
It's HB. He's just running the HB till Mayako comes out.
That one guy has a broken win.
Yeah, that's Danny Stockman. He came third in Truggy too, and he actually is a crew chief for a NASCAR team, and
that's cool.
He really likes you, Max. He told me like he likes like how you drive and how you explain things and all that stuff. So what's up, guys? How you guys doing, man? Let's talk about these SuperPoles. Let's remove that for a while. Then we'll put up the intermediate buggy race on while we're talking. And remember, guys, as soon as this is over, we're going over to the Discord and we're going to have a watch party over there.
Sure.
So join us over there. Yeah, Reese and Cody are up again right now. Yeah, we'll put it on. All right. Yes, I agree. That's Alex one. All race time shows have following cameras. If they had the manpower, imagine how much RC would grow just from race time races. I agree with you, man.
Exactly.
I agree. We're going to reap on that tomorrow. We're going to call tomorrow we'll talk about it. We're not doing a live tomorrow, but we're doing a recap of the whole race tomorrow, recorded, and it will be out tomorrow.
Should we go through the sort of SuperPole?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So obviously, Fan pretty much dominated qualifying. Mayfield made it a bit closer in the end, and Lutz came in pretty fast in the last qualifier on Friday. So SuperPole, it was looking interesting. Fend just got a really good start, and Mayfield made a mistake, and that was it. Fend just ran away with it. But behind him, it was actually pretty good racing. Looking at the times, Mayfield obviously had an issue. He dropped down the field quite a lot. Tesman, I think, had a servo issue, I feel. I don't know. His car just stalled in the middle of the track. It seemed like his engine was running because the Marshall was sort of weirded out by it. So I think it's a servo issue, but could be just an engine issue or something. And yeah, Alex is right. Lutz has been really good this weekend, especially in Truggy. Like, he was super fast, even with a broken car in the SuperPole. It was crazy. He finished in third with a broken front end. And he was broken for like the last 5 minutes. And Like the Nitro Buggy, Spencer Rivkin and Tyler Jones, they had a great battle in the end. And it's good to see Jones up there, actually. He's got in second. Jay Concepts Robert, it's been working this weekend. I think
What?
Rivkin will be really strong in Nitro Buggy. I think this will be his strongest class as well. So
Do you
the
think he
top
can
three
win it?
definitely have. I don't think over. Fend has to fend himself for Rivkin to win. Like I think Mayfield is the only one who can beat Fend at this point.
I would have to say that, and honestly, I would say this after watching the Nitro Truggy mains and all that stuff. Fenn definitely has Mayfield's number. I think he's the only one that can beat him. To be honest, I'm not saying that anybody else can't, but right now I definitely think that Fenn, he's just incredibly Tasman too, because in the last E-Buggy A main, Tasman looked good too. So just to say that, is Rowan in her, or is that you doing that?
Doing what?
Are you putting that down, or is that Rowan?
I'm not doing anything. Oh,
that must be Rowan. If you're in her Barbarian, send me a message. All right, so SuperPoles, like them. Let's get the general consensus from the people that are watching. Yeah. What do you guys think of the SuperPole? Yeah. I think it made for exciting racing.
I was a huge fan. I think it was already exciting at RCGP for the RC2 class, but yesterday seeing pros do that, it's just so great. I think if people sort of don't start doing this, it's a very huge missed opportunity. There's so much excitement. There's so much in play for. I especially like the fact that they made it 10 minutes, because then you can kind of gamble on it. Maybe 12 would be better. So like the fuel game doesn't come into play. It's just longer main, but 5 minutes works as well. And oh shit, what's happening?
Did you just see that? Sorry, we're watching the main, and someone just flying on the straightaway.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It looks like a runaway almost.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but I mean, the racing was really good. Yeah, there was some contact there, a little bit dirty racing, I think, at some points, but that's just how it is. I think people need.
In 10 minutes, you got to go for it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but I think when people get more used to it, they understand. Because in 10 scale, people kind of know you can't hit each other because you can't come back up. But in 8 scale, people sort of have that idea that if you get taken out, if you make a mistake, you have 45 minutes to catch up. Well, these short races don't sort of give you that opportunity. So I think this definitely was the case in RCGP. Every time when a new driver joined, the racing got much more dirty. The racing got much more sort of out of place. And then when they got used to it, it was better. In Manila, it was horrible from all points of view. Through the season, the guys who ran the whole season sort of understood how it worked. People knew how to sort of navigate it much better. So I think a format like this, implemented all across these big races, is going to be sort of build that sort of driving culture a bit more, where you can't really take people out, and not only because the race director calls you out, just because if you take people out and you get caught, you don't have time to climb back up. So you have to be just more careful, and in the end, the racing will become more fair. And I short races are good. That's probably the only thing Jeff Keaton has right. And yeah, I think yesterday proved it.
Yeah, it was super exciting. But Lance, man, I was listening to it. I could just listen to it, and he did a really good job of announcing it. Yeah, and that's where he is really good. But I also want to say that the track drying out the way it has over the last 2 days. When I was there, this didn't happen because it was very humid the entire time. So I think that's kind of took the advantage of the J Concepts tires a little bit away and gave Hot Races 100%. Found something, AKA has found something, Lutz has found something. Proline still, I mean, I think the only reason Proline's doing well is because
Cat was
yes, but it's still not like I just think Proline's
I mean,
definitely
they don't have drivers either, really.
That's true too. I don't know about the intermediate guys who are driving on or whatnot, but I
mean, I think everyone pretty much knows J Concepts dominates in the Southeast anyway. So,
but look at the track now. If you look at it now, it's starting to get that black groove again.
Yeah, right now, the more dried up it gets, I think the more hot race will work better. That's what usually happens. It works really well when it's sort of really hard packed and dry. So yeah, I think Tessman might have actually a shot here if he has his setup together.
Okay. Um, I have to say this, and just real quick, I want to shout out to my boy Corey Jordan. What's up, man? Left tire salute. I got it right. I remember this time. He's at the race. I saw you turn marshalling earlier, man. I'm glad you went to that race. I want to get your thoughts on it when I talk to you later on this week. RC Jers brings up some good points. The track has quick time jumps. I feel it's more of a 10 scale style jumps. For some, Fenn goes good on 10 scale. This layout seems to be good for him. I would tell you, man, I think him and Ty Tasman are going through that six pack faster than anybody. And that's the hardest part for me on that race, on that track. You know what I mean?
I would agree with the comment for sure. The jumps definitely play a big role. But I mean, there are tracks that have these time jumps as well. I think the biggest factor for him is the sort of polished surface, the fact that you actually need quite a lot of corner speed on this track, and the car he's running sort of has all that together. The bumps sort of don't make the running really hard for him. The groove provides him with pretty consistent grip, and sort of this 90-degree longer corners where you need to carry a lot of speed. I think that suits the TLR car pretty well, the way they're set it up right now. So yeah, I think all that sort of fits Fend. The car, sort of the advantages of what the Mugen platform has. They don't really. There's not really a place to show it at this track. I think this track is okay for associated, but it could be a little bit better if it was sort of, I think, a little bit less hard packed, sort of a little bit more sort of moist the track, because now it's really dry, really hard packed. I think this type of track really suits the TLR car, and that's why Fenn has been so dominant this weekend. And on top of that, yeah, the jumps definitely help him a lot.
You know what's crazy? The roughest part of this track is the front straightaway.
Yeah,
That's insane.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know how that happens. It's a break right at the end, and then the acceleration right at the
Yeah,
start.
but look at the middle here. It's like all beat up. Like you can only go down that way.
In the middle, it's speed up. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
actually surprised how well. Oh shoot, that was close. The marshal almost got hit in the head.
Well, yeah, we
I'm
should have
pretty
probably watched
surprised.
this while we're doing this.
I'm pretty surprised that Techno has been as good as it has been, because I would imagine this be a really sort of hard track for them. It's gonna be interesting to see in the main how it goes. I think Tebow has been showing some good strengths, but then just weird mistakes here and there, especially in the SuperPole. You could see that. So Tebow could
Well,
be
in
a player, I
Truggy, let's talk about Truggy real quick if we're gonna go on to that, because I think it was Tebow that like came off, like if you come off this, when you come off the, I know you guys can't see it, but where you're coming off the camo, you come off the six pack, you make that turn, and you're coming there. Somebody went there and then like went across the track and then jumped the other side of this jump and went straight up in the air in Truggy and came on. I think it was Tebow. It might have been Cole Ogden. I really couldn't really tell. But at one point, Tebow was way back in like 12th, 13th in Truggy. And he made, don't get me wrong, it was a battle of attrition too. Some guys didn't make it, but it was Ogden Toby. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh my gosh, they just had a brain fart. A great race in Truggy, man. Dakota Fan got the lead on lap 20, and that was it. Like he just looked so much more faster and confident than Ryan Mayfield. Period. Like from the start.
It's a thing that the way the Mugen car is made and set up, it's sort of a little bit more soft, and the car rolls a bit more, and rolls a bit sort of softer than the TLR. So on tracks like this, you really can't get that sort of switchback, high, sort of high corner speed, what you need. And you have to really push the car to gain the speed. And that's what you saw from Mayfield in the end. He was pushing it, he was super fast, but then he made a mistake because it's really hard to go that fast. With Fend, it just looked like it was cruising, and the car sort of has that natural speed. And the fact that it's not really that rough, he doesn't have any difficulties controlling it. It's like I can't remember who said it, but this is like a 10 scale track, and in reality, the TLR car is like a 10 scale car. It handles like a 10 scale car, and that's definitely sort of it's not only the jumps, but it's more so the profile, the grip level, all that adding together.
Yeah, it's definitely not the AMS that I went to, so it's interesting to see. And but let's just take a look here at the top 5, top 6, 7 in Pro Nitro. So you had Fend and Mayfield. They finished a lap ahead of each other and about 4 seconds off each other, about 3.9 seconds. Rivkin, I thought he was up there for a second with these guys, but then he kind of fell back. But once again, this guy, I think Rivkin's came third more times than anybody this year in most classes.
Sure. He has the most thirds probably ever in any season in RC. It's
Ryan Lutz. Yeah, he has.
Him as well, because he must be wanting a win for sure.
Yes. Ryan Lutz in 4th. Great run for him. I believe he's running an X-ray truggy though. WRC doesn't have a truggy yet. Great comeback for Ryan Cavallari because he's had a so-so weekend, so he can be happy with 5th. And Mason Fuller, man, super impressive. He was leading the e-buggy race earlier, and he made a mistake. A good finish for him, 6th. Jared Tebow fought back from way in the back of the pack to come 7th. And I'll give Wiggins that. Then you have the 3 Technos. Spencer Heckert, kind of, Truggies is probably one of his better classes. So yeah, he will look better than 10th. Seth Van Dalen, again, he needs to do better than 11th in Truggy.
He had a play mode.
He did, yeah, he did. I remember his girlfriend ran out there to get his car. Jackson Brunson never.
She was really fast though,
dude.
I've probably never seen someone run up a car, because the car flamed out, and the next thing I see, she's already at the freaking track getting the car.
Dude.
And then she comes to the pits, drops in the box, and straight goes. It like,
dude, I've watched Madison in person, and she is like. She's like super fit, and like she's like, oh boom, like a gazelle, like going across the track, dodging stuff and doing this and doing that. And she hustles, man. I watched at DNC. I watched her climb this fence. Hold on for a second. At DNC, I watched her climb this fence, and me and Mike Hill with her. And like, she basically got up this fence. I was like, what the heck? And even Mike Hill and I looked at each other, and like she got up on the top, and I thought she was gonna fall off, and she just perfectly balanced herself. And I was like, me and Mike just looked at each other and said, what the hell? She's super agile.
Yeah, and the thing is, I always felt this. I've seen races where a really fast mechanic has saved a win for them. That's why I always think like someone like Gord, he's still like a fast moving guy, but he's pretty old. He's not.
He can't do what Madison's doing.
A young 18-year-old, 20-year-old who can run like that. So imagine like Ty has a 30-second or 20-second lead, flames out like that. He's probably not going to get the car out as fast as like what happened with Van Dalen. So I think that's actually a pretty huge deal in some circumstances. And also one other shout out to mechanics was I think Katie, is her name Katie Roxbury or something?
Yeah, she's fast.
She was really fast in the pits. I don't know, these I didn't know these guys were the pit pitmen, pit women, however you want to say it, pit guys. But these guys
people
pretty fast. Pit people, yeah.
Gotta make it pit persons. Okay. E-buggy. So Mayfield, he's won it. He won both. The first one, it looked like Fend. Fend just still looked faster than him in the first one. He just fended himself, and Mayfield walked away with it. But what a great race between Ty and Mayfield. They were just heads and shoulders above the rest of everybody else, and Ty looked a lot faster on the right hand side of the feet, like, through that 6-pack and going through all that there, and Mayfield to make up time coming onto the straightaway and on and off the on the left side of the jumps. But man, they contacted each other like on it. Like, what, you can't ask for better racing than that. Like even Beaker himself complains about everything, came on YouTube and said Wow, what a great race. So, for it to get some sort of recognition from Joseph, it's probably was a good race. But it would have been great. I wish Ty would have won that, and then we would have had to see a third 10-minute main that means something. But Ty can still battle it out with Fenn for second. So that's gonna be good. That's at the end of the night. They are moving. They're actually an hour ahead of schedule too. It looks like, or even an hour and a half ahead of schedule. So they're moving through this pretty fast.
The schedule is in. So next one is Buggy Main. So we're halfway. Then we have the driver intros, and yeah,
I would say about 5:20 to starts. Well, our time, my time, 6:20 East time, 5:20.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I mean, I think the biggest positive of this weekend has been the format, 100%. To me, at least, like the racing we saw in the SuperPole, the comments I've heard from people, like about the qualifying, all that has been pretty positive, and at least everyone viewing at home have been fans of the SuperPole. So I really like that from this weekend, and I think this sort of uh, hard to call what people think at the track, but I think in our circles, in our non-MRC bubble, I think this race has sort of shown a lot of people what a proper format can turn a race into, and it's definitely much more enjoyable. I don't know if it has to be capped. Probably, yeah. Because the thing is, you could do only two qualifiers and then a super pole, stuff like that. And you can maybe have more entries if sort of Dave and they don't want to transfer other races to do like this, if they want to tone down the entry cost or whatever. But I think this sort of format needs to become more standard, especially in America, because the format they run don't really provide much race time at all.
yeah, like Ryan Reese, he's doing he's doing the triple A mains for e-buggy. He's doing the 45-minute intermediate nitro buggy, and the 45-minute is doing this. So he's getting 130 minutes of runtime just today. Just today. That's 2 hours of that's no, that's 2 hours and 10 minutes of runtime. Just today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And it's not all about runtime.
Yes,
Too, but
yes.
it's also about the fact that how much of that runtime is racing,
Yes.
how that runtime is spread throughout the day. Obviously, here they could have sort of made it a bit better with people. Sort of some classes finish on earlier than others, because now it's sort of everyone has to stay there for quite a long time because the e-buggies are so late.
But this is how it is. This is how they do it every year. This is how they do their formats every year. They try to have they want to have the Pro Nitro mains, like Truggy and Buggy mains, like at a time, I guess, where everybody can watch them.
Yeah.
So I don't mind.
Sure.
I don't mind it at all. All right, let's look at this main going into what we're going to see here in about 30, 40 minutes, I would say. Let me bring up the main here. Hold on. So, Nitro Buggy Main. We've been waiting for this all weekend. I just do not want this to be like a runaway. You know what I mean? I want this to be a battle.
We're hyping it up so much. I'm kind of scared because Fendi is starting out on the front. He always makes a mistake in the start. Like in the first, let's say 3 to 5 minutes, he always makes a mistake. Sometimes it's just a bobble, he gets away with it. Sometimes on his roof and drops down to last. So we kind of hope it's the latter one where he is on his roof and drops down to last, because he has the pace to make it up from there. I think he has the upper hand on Mayfield, and since the start on Friday, the start of qualifying on Friday. Well, I mean, even on Thursday, actually, it has been his race to lose, in my opinion. And this is sort of, if he doesn't win this race, I think it hurts him more than what he actually gains from winning this race. So it really is sort of his race to lose now. And winning this race in dominating fashion would be a really good thing for him going into next year, and definitely a confidence booster for sure.
Yeah. But Fenn's obviously gonna start out first. Tyler Jones, man, impressive. I think he should be happy with this. I hope that this second place finish turns into a first or a podium for him, because I would not be upset if Tyler Jones wins at all. You know, I would love to see him win. Because I think out of most of these young guys here that are racing, he is actually the truth. So I would love to see him win. Rivkin, steady old third place Rivkin, right there in third again, man. The 3 is his lucky number. I know he wants that to be a 1. It's possible this week. Mason Fuller, dude. Hey, the Iceman. I gotta give him some credit, man. This young man, I want to say kid, but he's 16, 17 years old. This young man has had an impressive 2021. And it's been a little low key, but I know his dad and his dad works really hard to provide for both his sons to race. Mason is a little bit more. Caden's there too, but Caden kind of plays football. But Mason, man,
he's quite a bit younger as well.
He's So I think he's more into football than RC at this time. We're just gonna switch between races here. It looks like that's Ryan Reese right there. He's probably had a bunch of Coors Light as well. He's in first. Cole Chura. Hey, shout out to Cole Chura. He made the trip down from Canada up there in British Columbia. I met them at RCGP. So, all right. I'm sorry, I got carried away.
I actually want to continue about Fullers, because let's say last year Mason definitely showed some speed. He was close to some. I don't know if he made any big game mains, but he for sure he was up there. He was close a lot of times. And
he made A mains last year.
Did he make any
yes
15 car mains, or only those 18 car PMB mains?
No, he made. I think he made this main last year. To be honest.
Okay, so he had some good results last year, but I think this year what he's done is sort of, now if he's not in the main, it's a bit weird, you know. Like now he belongs there. Now it's sort of he's always there this year, and I think sort of next year for him, I think it's sort of the next step as well. So next year he's gonna be either a really, really good one where he gets sort of his first podiums, his first big wins in Nitro Buggy. He has big results in e-buggy and chuggy already, but I'm speaking Nitro Buggies, because ultimately that's what people really care about. That's the class they practice. That's the class they spend a lot of time on. So I think next year is going to be sort of a really hard grind to get that next step, or he's going to have some good success and get his podiums, maybe even a win in there if he has sort of a dream weekend where he can show his speed. But yeah, he's definitely a guy who is, for his age, I don't think he's really that old.
I think he's 16, 17, 16, 17.
Like that. So for sure, for his age, he's definitely one of the biggest talents coming from America at the moment, sort of the new talents. Because let's be honest, like Van Dalen, who else are sort of the fast new guys? Jones. These guys are pushing 20, I think, already. So these are already adults. Like they're probably older or the same age as Ongara, and Ongara is already world champ. So sort of the new up and comer, it's Mason Fuller is definitely the number one in America at the moment. So one thing also is that he has always been on TLR. Do some other brands have an eye on him? They must do.
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna leave. I think they're quite happy with TLR.
But I wouldn't be surprised them getting some offers.
Oh, I would be giving them offers, but I think he's on the road to becoming a pro driver. That's for sure. It's probably maybe 2 years out, 3 years out, where he gets a paycheck. It might happen before that. Yeah. But
the thing is, he's a bit young, so I don't know if these.
So was Rivkin.
Do that.
So was Rivkin. He was like 15.
But Rivkin's a bit different, I think, because I think the Fuller are sort of like regular folks more. Because Rivkin, he had a track in his own backyard. His father put a lot of sort of money and effort into it, and he was sort of groomed to be an RC driver almost, sort of almost like Cavalieri, not to that crazy extent. But sort of that sort of style. Where I think Fullers have been sort of, at least when I met him at DNC in 2018, these guys were just having fun, sort of enjoying RC. Their dad works hard and he's a super nice guy. But they were sort of enjoying the RC more. They weren't really worried about making it pro. At least that's the vibe I got off of them. But now,
Dude.
sort of, all the hard work has paid off, and he's super. They are both actually. Caden's been super fast as well. He almost bumped from the B.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just watching this, man, and these guys are duking it out, man. Ryan Reese is sending it. I don't think he knows any other way to do it but send it. All right. In fifth, the wily veteran, Jared Tebow. Very quiet fifth. It's been a very quiet weekend for him. But as Corey says, Tebow's in full eagle eye mode, looking over the track as we speak. I just talked to him. He's serious about his Buggy Main. Jared Tebow wants a win. And I think he knows this is his last chance to get a win this year. So he is going to pull out all the stops. And I don't blame him. I hope he does.
Yeah, I don't want to be a buzzkill, but I don't think this is his race to win. Really, it's.
I don't know if he's going to win it, but
yeah,
anything can happen, dude.
I will never rule out a Tebow out of a top 3. He's that type of guy, but winning is a bit of a stretch. I think like Mayfield and Fend, definitely the number 1 and 2 in my books for the win. But yeah, Rivkin with a good tire choice, with some good setup improvements, a clean run, keep the pace on. He could challenge for the win for sure. I think he just needs to get everything together, because he has done this the whole year. He's sort of here and there in qualifying. Then the main comes up and he's there. He's there in speed. So if he makes sort of that type of leap again, I could see him doing really well. So I'm rooting for Rivkin for sure, because I think he at this point he deserves a win. Like
who,
finishing
Rivkin or
third that
Tebow?
many times. Rivkin.
Oh, you are definitely a Rivkin fanboy. I get it. I get it though.
But I mean, I'm feeling sorry for him, because if I was finishing third that much, I'd be fucking pissed.
All right. Yeah, well, he probably is pissed, and if that's good, that means he's competitive. Ryan Lutz, 6th, great starting position for him. I think I would love to see Ryan get a podium. I don't know if he can win this, but he can get a podium if it's 5. I think he can do top 3 or top 5, no problem. He will shut me up if he wins it. I wouldn't be upset either, because I like Lutz, and I hope he does win, and I hope this works out for him. So we shall see. Bornhorst, I think 7th is good for him. Bornhorst has been pretty good. He was pretty good with the 3-lap qualifying and stuff like that. But today,
SuperPole for sure. Bornhorst has been looking the fastest techno this weekend.
I want to say that too. He has from the get go. I mean, Tyler Jones obviously is starting ahead of him and Tebow, but Bornhorst has
there
been
were some happenings in there. There were some pretty big accidents in the middle.
And then
see all of that.
Yeah. Ryan Mayfield in 8th. Wow. I don't think this hurts Mayfield at all. I think Mayfield can start from the back and still get up to the front in 45 minutes.
The only thing he needs to avoid is doing the Mayfielding. Because if he gets taken out on the first lap, he can.
You mean fending himself?
I think there was a thing. Oh no, yeah.
Mayfielding's when you go. Mayfield is when you drive really awesome. Yeah, Mayfielding
is good. Mayfielding is good. Fending is bad. So
yeah,
but he doesn't do sort of fending, because there's sort of this negative Mayfielding as well. When you do that aggressive driving style, but it goes to shit, and then you happen to throw some electrical devices in the driving stand. I don't know. I don't think he at this point of the year he will have that sort of. If he gets taken out, maybe he keeps in composure, and because it's a 45-minute main, these guys often actually run 30-minute mains. So, so I think he will know best to just keep calm, sort of dig through the field, and I'm pretty confident Fender will make some mistakes for sure.
Yeah, I cannot even say that. I don't think Mayfield will probably win this. I think he can still. I think he's going to win it, but I'm hoping that I think my pick was Ty, which Seth Van Dalen in 9th. He needs a top 5. He needs a win or top 5 this weekend.
But this isn't the race to do it, really. I think,
unfortunately, not.
For me, since Silver State, he has been looking lost. I don't know if it's the car. I don't know if it's sort of because let's be honest here, everyone thinks he's out of techno and has been thinking that since probably after Silver State. So I don't know. I think either he is trying and it's just not working out, or he is just waiting for that year to end and have a new car. Hard to call. I personally feel like it's the first, but yeah, don't really know. But I don't think this is going to be a race where he gets a top 5 for sure.
How about Canada's 8th wonder, Ty Tasman? Will he get up to the front, you think?
He'll be second.
Yeah? I think he could win this. If he drives like he drove e-buggy.
I'm saying that because I predicted it on, what was it?
Oh, okay. Cole Ogden. I have to say this again. I don't know if the news about Ronaldo and Bertine mind screwed him, but this and you know what?
I think tires was the issue in qualifying.
Yes.
He and Tesman were both struggling.
Yes. So we'll see. Tesman looked better on him.
I hope the drawing track helps the hot race guys. I think Tesman has the composure, has the setups and all that to make it into second. Probably not for a win, because I don't think he can beat both Mayfield and Fend, but he can beat one of them. The Ogden, if tires work, he could be really good. Probably fighting for top 5 for sure, but it's really hard to come through the pack like that. So yeah, and the thing is, Ogden also makes a lot of mistakes, kind of like Fend.
Out of all these guys here, starting from 11th to 15th, I honestly feel Cavalier is the only one that could get up to a top 5.
Yeah. Who? I mean,
we have Cavalieri in 12th. We have Cole 11th, Cavalieri 12th, Wiggins 13th, Eckert 14th, Bronson 15th.
I don't know. I think Cole has the upper hand on Cavalieri.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Just because of tires, really.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think hot race will work more likely than more likely
than Pro Line. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard to call.
Excuse me, everybody.
I'm a bit sort of worried that Fend won't crash in the start. Sort of, for the first time this year, he doesn't lead for the first few laps and then take himself out. I'm a bit worried that doesn't happen and we get a sort of a lap lead from him and a dominant win. But then he's going to be.
I don't want a dominant win.
Second. I don't know.
I want a battle to the end. That's what I want. Yeah, but that's very rare.
Yeah, but it's right now. It's the first time I'm actually afraid Fend will win. Usually, I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, usually I'm pretty sure something happens and he doesn't win. But this is the first time where I'm actually a bit afraid he will dominate.
Interesting. All right. Well, I think that's it for that. We're looking forward to that. We're going to do just a voice text chat, I think, or voice in the Discord.
So can you put up the Discord link here?
Rowan had did it many messages
ago. You
ago.
can scroll up and put it on the live stream.
Hold on. Where is it? All right. So what we're going to do, guys, is we got about 10 minutes. So we want to let's see you guys picks. Let's, if you guys have any questions, Mescalator, that's where you get Scalator. Mescalator says, Fend has looked strongly restrained this weekend. I have to agree, except in e-buggy. E-buggy, he fended himself. But in Truggy...
Yeah, for sure. I think the thing is, though, that Truggy is much more sort of calm to drive. You have that extra width, but not a lot of not a lot of length, really. So the car... You can drive the car a lot harder, and you have a lot more tire, so you don't really overload the car. you can go over ruts much easier. You can slide the car around a bit. The car moves around naturally a bit more. So the way he sets up the car, the way he drives, Truggy sort of suits him pretty well. With Buggy, he is super fast, but he will always make mistakes with that style and with that car. Um, that's because you have less tire, you have a narrower, longer car, so you have those moments where you just hit a rut and you flip over.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. But I have to say this: he's the fastest guy I heard this weekend. Like, period. I just,
Oh,
when I mean, I just don't see any. What's this?
I don't
What?
know. I messed it up.
That looks like Rowan
Uh,
did that. Oh, you did that.
I
I'll
did it.
delete it.
It screwed up.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys have
I'll
any
post,
questions? We're gonna
yeah,
take some questions
post some
for the next
final
5-10
questions.
minutes,
Yeah,
and
post some
then
final questions before the main. Uh, you can pretty much ask about anything. How was your
yeah,
weekend? Because now we're just waiting on the time where the main
yeah.
starts.
Actually,
Uh,
Lance just messaged me and said it's starting in 20 minutes. That was 10 minutes ago. So,
we're starting the driver intros, I think.
what's up, Raha? Hey, this guy's putting out a lot of content, man, on YouTube. I believe that's Raha. Is this Raha that does the content on YouTube? I'm not sure. I might be wrong. Somebody will correct me there. All right. What about you guys? What are you guys' predictions? Nobody has any questions for us this weekend? Don't worry. We're going to do a recap tomorrow, but we're going to just record it because Beaker's going to come on. And it's going to be about an hour. And we're going to take a really in-depth look at this and give us our positives and negatives and all that type of stuff that we think. Okay, it is Raha. What's up, man? How you doing? This guy's YouTube channel's growing, man. I got to get him on the podcast chat. This guy races a lot. All right. Don't look like anybody has any questions. Come on, guys. We got 5 minutes to go. Fend is looking like he has what it takes to win Nitro Buggy. He does, but is he going to fend himself? That's the question.
Yeah. He didn't in the SuperPole, but maybe he played his cards early, so now he's with an empty hand.
Trevor Paul says this track would be so sick covered in carpet. Hey, how's your brother doing, man? I hope it's good. Hey, put up the link for the shirt that you're using to raise money for his brother. His brother got in a motocross accident, so it's like selling these shirts, and all proceeds go to. I have to buy one too. I have to. Are they big boy friendly? Like 3X is like a real 3X. Put the links up here, and let's support him and help. All the proceeds go to his brother who had an accident.
Someone asked a good question about drilling holes in the wings, in the rear wings in 8-scale cars. People often do this. They get the HB wing, they put the large gurney flap on, and then they drill holes on it. I don't really know why they do this. Okay, I mean, I know why they do this. It's to reduce drag and reduce it's mostly to reduce drag because the way the wings are made, they don't really produce downforce that much because of the very aggressive angle on it. They produce a lot more just drag. So they make these holes to sort of reduce the downforce produced by reduce the drag produced by the wing. So the car doesn't jump like rear down; it jumps sort of more flat. On the track, on the ground, it's probably better to have more rear wing, which means no holes. But then you have to have the rear wing a lot further forwards. I always run the wing as far forward as I can because of the fact that when you have it really far back, especially with a four-wheel drive car, it's really hard to slide the car around because the wing, like when you lose grip, you lose a lot of grip, and the car is very rear heavy. It doesn't rotate very nice, especially on higher speed. So they drill these holes to avoid all of those negatives I said because the wing has less drag. So the car rotates a bit better. It jumps a bit more rear end up. It also jumps a bit faster. It doesn't stall as much in the air. But this is not really a good solution. There's not really a good reason to really do this. What you should do is use a wing with a less aggressive angle, or what you should do is take out the gurney flap. Especially the ones that people use, they are way too big. They shouldn't be that big. It doesn't. It's just too much. So what you should do is find a wing that has less angle on it, that is not as sort of steep at the top, and then use that instead of drilling holes. I did use a T-Works wing myself because that was the only one I had. I usually use the associate wing, but on this track, I really needed some more rear grip, and the H Beetle style wing has it, and the T-Works wing actually has the holes when you buy it. Um, so
Max, we have 7
yeah,
minutes. Someone
yeah,
asks you something about aerodynamics and you go pure science mode.
yeah,
All right, because we have a great question though. Great question,
yeah.
and
It was a
Max
good
had
one.
when she started talking about aerodynamics, Max just goes into science mode. All right, Neo Chifo, what is the temperature at the track and what compounds are they using? Well, on qualifying day, they were on like 37 degrees. I don't know what that is in Celsius, and they were using clay tires, I believe.
37.
Yeah, and
That's
today,
that's like almost zero.
right? So today, I was listening to Lance, and he says that because of the track drying out, that tire wear has been an issue. So I assume that these guys have gone out on harder tires as well.
Dude,
Uh,
like it can't be 37 in Alabama at this
yes,
point.
it can be, dude. It's inland,
32
and
is 32 is freezing.
no, it's not. It's 37 degrees.
No,
That's not freezing.
no, 32 degrees is freezing degrees. It's zero in Celsius. It means water freezes.
Yeah, well, it was. I'm sure it dropped
Maybe
down
at
to that.
night.
It's
Maybe
not
at
that
night.
now.
Okay, but during the day, how much is it?
Maybe high 50s. Maybe
Yeah, 50s is
these all these guys are
10 to
wrapped up,
15
dude.
degrees.
All these guys are
Yeah, but
wrapped up. It's
yeah,
cold.
but 10 to 15 degrees is probably most likely in
I
Celsius.
don't know what tires they're using today, what compounds. I haven't talked to
Yeah.
anybody today.
The
So
J content guys, actually, a fan said he used blue
okay,
reflex, I think, on the chuggy, if I'm not wrong. He did use rehabs at some point. I can't remember if he used rehabs on chuggy or reflex. I kind of heard he was using reflex, but he was using blue compound, that's for sure. So that's soft. That's not super soft.
okay.
Uh, for AKA or Proline guys.
Chris Boyd, what's up, Gator Man? Why don't we have any eight scale turf tracks in Florida? You probably need them because it rains so much in Florida. I don't know. Build one. Build one. I guess the turf would be expensive too. You probably have to get some
No,
better
no, actually
astroturf.
not. At least in Europe, you can get free AstroTurf from old football fields. It's at least here in Europe, you have to pay to put stuff in the landfill. So rather they just give it away to an RC track than pay the
Right.
garbage fee. So
So
you
RC
can
Dress
pretty
says
much
it's
get it free.
61 in Coleman at the
Yeah,
moment.
I think I actually am a bit of an advocate for AstroTurf racing for 8 scale as well. Well, what you need is to have a good tire for it. You can't run a sort of a Schumacher pin tire. You have to find a medium pin tire which is a bit open so that the car doesn't float on it, but the car also doesn't get stuck on it. It's sort of almost a dirt type feel where your car can slide a bit, but it doesn't completely float on it. And you also need to burn the AstroTurf pretty short. If it's really long, the car is not good. It just floats on top, and the chassis is sort of grabbing the turf.
Okay. He also asked, is WRC a possibility for Ronda Falk? I think anything's a possibility for Ronda
No, I
Falk.
think I think their team manager already said no on Facebook. I saw.
Yeah. That would be
So that,
expensive move for WRC.
yeah, and I don't think David and like
Yeah,
Sebastian and the type of guys
they're
can
gonna go where
accept.
they know they're gonna win. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Terrell Wilkinson, do you prefer Lexan or molded wings?
I'm
I
gonna be
prefer
quick this
molded
time.
because I suck.
I'm going to be quick this time. Lexan, apart from the X-ray wing, is almost the same weight as the model wing. There's maybe a 2 to 3 gram difference. The X-ray wing is really light, so there you could have a little bit of a weight, sort of weight decrease, which would be positive. But the biggest issue with legs and wings is they don't have side plates. You have to put bigger side plates on, and the end plates actually do have a huge role in how the wing works. And also the way these legs and wings are made I don't really like it. They are they are not really for aerodynamic sort of gain. It's a very much like a drag device more than downforce device.
Stock to mod RC. I heard that TLR is coming up with a new buggy. Is Dakota running a new one, or is his setup just better now? The car seems to be more stable. I think he's been running it since DNC.
The new one?
Yeah, or parts of it.
I don't know. I saw pictures of the car. Maybe it's the new one, but it's still basic C-hub front end with 0 KPI, short rear arms with the very low offset hub. So basically Mugen front and Kyosho front, Mugen rear and Kyosho front end.
All right, I think
what it is.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes left. We're rushing because we're gonna hang up this and then we're gonna go over and do our Discord and get ready for the Nitro Buggy Main. So this is our last question that comes from Motor Race 69. What's going on with Cavallari? I would say tires at this race. Pro launch just off the pace.
But this year, it's car. You remember S-Works the first year?
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he was done. Like he's getting old. He can't do it anymore. 2020 with S-Works, a lot of big wins. He had really strong results. He had big wins.
I believe he might have won this race.
Yeah, he definitely won this race.
In 2020.
I think some other races as well. But yeah,
he did win this race.
Really strong in 2020. And I think same will happen now. So this year he tests out the car. He sort of finds his setups. Next year he's much stronger. I think he will struggle with this car a bit, just because how long he has been driving pillar bowl cars now. But I think he'll be much better next year.
Okay. All right, real quick, before we leave her, Max, how many cars do you think are going to finish the 45-minute A-Main here in Coleman?
I mean, finish probably 13, but without flameouts or issues, I'd say 10, 9.
Yeah, I think that 45 minutes catching people for a loop. So used to 30 minutes, see? So everybody's used to 30.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's always after 30 minutes when you have the issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll post the link again on the... If you haven't joined the Discord yet, I just posted the link on the comments on Facebook. I'll also post it on YouTube. So you can click that Discord link and join the Discord. We're going to have a watch party over there.
Yeah, and RC Jers, he says he saw the new car at Nat's warm-up. I'm going to come ask you what you saw. You need to get some pictures of that, RC Jers.
We need pictures, dude. We need pictures.
How did I not get pictures of it? I was right there because it was covered up. That's why.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to push any buttons at that race. We was already on thin ice before we even got there.
Yeah, and just to explain people how the watch party thing works is you just join the voice call and watch the race on your whatever TV or computer normally, and we just hang out, have a good time, shoot the shits, and enjoy some RC.
Yeah, congratulations to Ryan Reese. He won. So he won Intermediate Truggy and he won Intermediate Nitro Buggy, and Cade Burnett in second. Good run for those guys. And who was third? Was it Kyle Chura? Did he finish third? I hope so. Nice young man. Oh, well, it's going on. All right, guys. Hey, Pro Nitro Buggy Main is coming up. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Max, for your time. We will be doing a recap tomorrow, recorded and being released. Thank you to all of the NNRC squad around the world. We can't do it without you guys. Thank you to all of the patrons of the podcast. That extra support goes a long way. And thank you to our sponsors. They are Mayako, TNR Fuels, High Tech RCD, Techno RC, Beach RC, SCRC Raceway, Lugs Racing Tires, JQ Scale Motorsports, Donovan RC Charge Leads, JQ Threads, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, House of RC, Racecraft USA, RCGP, RCMX. And hey, we guys will see you in the watch party and enjoy. If you ain't coming there, enjoy the Nitro Buggy Main. Remember, Nitro is the glory. E-Buggy pays the bills. If you ain't grinding, you're sliding. We'll see you guys in the Discord. If not, we will have a recap tomorrow. Enjoy the Nitro Buggy Final.
Thank you for listening to the No Name RC podcast. We greatly appreciate all the support and love from you, the listeners. Without all of you, none of this is possible. Special thanks to our patrons on Patreon. If you wish to support the podcast further, you can at patreon.com/NNRC podcast. As a patron, you will receive early releases, special content, and patron-only giveaways. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, www.nnrcpodcast.com. Remember, Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. If you aren't having fun, it doesn't make sense. And if you ain't grinding, you're sliding. Lefty out. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory.
That wasn't so bad.